Mic check on there. We're good. All right. What's up, Joe? What's going on, everybody? Welcome. You guys are the first people. This is my first live. First live. What's up? All right. If you know me, I'll make it permanent. Really, really? All right. What's up, everybody? Good evening. See if we can slip through the cracks on this one. All right. What's up? Be sure to tap the screen. Very much appreciate. I'm gonna I'll send myself a little mustache, dude. Help the live out. Helping my own live out. I just sent myself money. That's sad. All right. How was my day? My day was great. A little boring, but I mean, it was good. All right. So we're new. We're live on the new TikTok. Obviously, I think Alex keeps putting my ads back on. I'm not sure. What's up? What's up? We're gonna see if this profile works. But without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and prep for the rest of the week here. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, I know, man. I don't know if anybody heard me yapping last week, but I spoke about swinging the cues down. Savannah's getting bad. I mean, yeah, yeah, it is, man. But where do you go? Plus, I was just looking at like we were looking at places we might want to move. I was like, well, maybe we just move overseas. And it's like if America attacks Greenland, dude, we might be in interim camps, dude. Yeah. Weird to say I didn't get a text. Oh, probably because I'm on the new. I did swing the cue short, so I'm uh I'm not mad at I mean, we'll see where we open up in the morning. I try not to get excited when futures because as you can see, it already looks like it might try to curl up. But I have a house and oh, with the cues, oh my god, get out of here, Bobby. While we wait for everybody, you guys want to hear something that bruised my ego the other day? There was a group of like young dudes, probably like 19 and shit. Um, and the wind. I was walking into the bakery, and they were like kind of standing at the door, and the wind was blowing my hair from the back all over my face, and so I was holding my hair up like this. Well, I know you're on TikTok. I had my hands basically on my forehead, pushing my hair back, and I walked past these guys, and I hear one of them. I was about to say something, but I was like, dude, I was just too tired to fucking entertain it. But he was like, that guy looks like a lesbian. I was like, God. It took me back, man. So now I'm like, maybe I should get a haircut. There's nothing wrong with lesbians, but I'm not one, you know. All right, so I think it is actually possible, and you know who it is? It's probably Cade or one of these dudes that I pissed off. Little fucking redneck fuck. Nothing wrong with, but fucking bastards. But I just went live on this new profile, and I got the same warning, which means that it has got to be. There's nothing on my profile, brand new profile, and I just got that. I got that ban, same ban that I get on my other profiles. So I guess say hi to fucking one of these dumb fucks in the chat. Excuse my language. Sorry. Damn, that's crazy. I do have a Discord, yeah. Carla, if you can help me out, that would be amazing. Yeah, I would really love to know what the fuck is going on. No, man. It contains your live contains themes that may make some find some uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason, harassment, and bullying. Huh. Yeah, I guess he is in here. Somebody is in here. Let's see, whose name don't I recognize? Alright, I'm gonna go live again. Yeah, please let me know. I'm gonna go live again. Just come right back here in about 2 minutes. We'll see what happens. If I find out it is, can I drive your Forerunner? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely got to be people. I mean, there's only a few people who it could be. The most recent one that I've pissed off was Cade, so I'm gonna automatically assume that it's probably him, because there's really been nobody else. Um, and he has connections that to some people who were in the Discord as well. Who knows? All right, let me end this and I'll restart it and we'll go ahead and get going here, guys. Sorry about that. Absolutely retarded. All right, so if you're on YouTube, just bear with me for a second. All right. Damn, that's crazy, man. Definitely somebody reporting me. Okay. Well, all right. What's up, y'all? All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it so that there's no more delay here. I don't understand why people hate on you. You're a legit good guy. I'm abrasive, man. I'm abrasive because, and I was thinking about this today. I am not friends, and I wouldn't trust somebody who's friends with everybody on here. But I actually just made a video. If you guys want to watch the video, it's kind of a story of how I got started. But I mean, I got started from buying a course and getting scammed. Like it was copy and pasted from Investopedia. So naturally, that pissed me the fuck off. And what I said in the video is like, I saw that personality type in so many other people on here, and I still see it to this day. So it's like, what am I supposed to pretend like I like them? You know what I mean? Like in order to fit in here or not? Like no. Like if I'm gonna keep doing this. Like if anybody's wondering, like I'm not gonna stop. I might not be like I might make a profile. This profile is gonna be purely for education, but I'm still gonna say stuff. You know what I mean? Because like nobody does. Everybody's too scared to fucking say anything about. It's like mind your own business. I'm like, no, maybe I don't want to. People become problem. No, they don't really. That doesn't usually. I mean, not really. Shane. There's a couple people like that, but all right. Anyway, let's go ahead and focus. Happy Monday, guys. So first off, as you guys can see, futures have gapped down. Actually, let me go ahead and. Nope. bookmark there. There you go. All right, so we have gapped down, and one of the things that I talked about so many times last week was the fact that we just and somebody asked me why would I want to be short on this setup, and I think what you're seeing here is a perfect explanation as to why I might have been short, and I'll explain it again so that way if anybody didn't catch it the first time, you can catch it now. Oh, where's my? There we go. So one of the things that tips me off to sellers being in control is buyers having the opportunity to send price higher, and every time they get to that price, they are refused or they are unable to hold. And what you'll notice is the first wall was right around the 28, 20, or excuse me, 25 8 level. And that's kind of where we chopped around. You can see that on the Qs as well. The Qs tried, they actually didn't even get above those highs. But we were given, I mean, just in the last week, right? One, two, three, four, five different opportunities to go and give people or give buyers the opportunity to go and push this higher. And so naturally, with it falling back down to the floor, I took this as a short signal. And we could be, or more than likely, are expecting a gap down somewhere around 615. We'll see where that actually lands. We don't have to worry about that now. But what this does, or what this does do, is has us looking down, right? And we can't map out everything for the ETFs until how many accounts have gotten banned? Five. I've done this 5 times. So uh lagging audio. I'm not sure why that's happening. Whoa, what is that? What is this? Oh, okay. That was kind of cool. All right. All right, cool. All right, so anyway, so we should be expecting a gap down. Make sure that you're here tomorrow morning, so that way you can catch, the pre-market bell. That's where we can kind of build a day trade. But we do have to ask ourselves, what we're really going to be underneath is we're going to be underneath 620, and that could serve as a retest level. But ultimately, that's where with the empty space up above us, we would want to retest quickly and find ourselves moving back down. But other than that, we're in for, if you did swing short, we're in for a pretty good Monday. We'll obviously see how that closes. Now, SPY, and again, I'll go back to the futures because we really can't focus on what's past, but massive gap down. Now, again, I'm going to give you guys, how many times have we done this? Right? How many times have we gone through this? One, two, three, right? And with this big move back up and then reversal and inability to go and move higher, that automatically tips me off, right? All right, so far no BAN. Oh my god, I literally said that and it fucking popped up right when I said that. You fucker. Ghost 824. Who are you, Ghost? Apple user 366377. I've never seen you before here. It's one of you fuckers. Whatever. Ooh. Not you? Okay, I just don't recognize people's names. I'm not saying it is, but I just want to make sure. Okay. So, with S&P here, one of the major things that we should be looking at here this morning or this evening is the fact that we are very much underneath that 7K or $6,900 mark, and that is, as of right now, very bearish. We look at the 4 hour candle. We're still very far away from any sort of floors. So retest levels around that 69.39 if we end up breaking over the highs. And then we're looking down here towards that 68 if we continue moving further. But again, with the ETFs, there's no sense in looking at this in too much detail without having the morning, because we need to see where price is likely going to open up. And as of right now, we are heading down. The same thing. The same thing is going to be true, right? For our. And I actually did. If you took this one, I did give out this play. So people saying I don't give signals. I definitely, I definitely talked about IWM being potentially short. Let me go ahead and alert people again. All right. Yeah, maybe Cade. Yeah, Cade's market breaking AI got me. So yesterday, or excuse me, Friday, I talked about IWM being at all time highs, having the two rejections off the top. If you did take this short, we talked about a level underneath us that would be right around, well, in this case, the 26.55s and cost basis. That is exactly where we have landed. This could open up a really nice day trading opportunity above 26.70. But as of right now, we're gonna again wait for the morning to see where we open. But again, I'm kind of happy to see price actually move down, especially after what you can conclude is just a solid weekend or two of rippage. So, all right, so all three ETFs, guys, major gap downs, and then I don't usually do this, but we're gonna really quickly go over. Hold on one second. Um, where did this go? Yeah, I guess we're not. It's the 18th. That's the 18th. One second, guys. I'm trying to find this. All right. Okay, so over the weekend, and I'm just giving you guys painting a picture here of what we know is happening around the world. And again, we're trying to paint a picture of the environment, not necessarily make a trade based off of news. But I'm going to quickly go over, this is global. European Union ambassadors reached broad agreement on Sunday to intensify efforts to dissuade U.S. President Trump from imposing tariffs on European allies, while also preparing retaliatory measures should duties go ahead. UE diplomat said China's economy grew 5% last night, meeting the government's target by seizing a record share of global demand for goods and offset weak domestic consumption. A strategy the strategy that blunted the impact of the U.S. tariffs, but is increasingly hard to sustain. Uh, Other than that, that's really the most major news that we're happening. Keep tapping. We're almost at 10K. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Um, so obviously the world's on fire right now, and the market is starting to respond. If we end up attacking Greenland, I think the stock market's going to be the least of our problems as the entire world cuts us off, and we're now on an island nation. But anyway, physical gold though, Leon, is probably key over anything else. So anyway, all three ETFs, um, pretty bearish. We'll again look at those in the morning and set up a trade. Having a big gap down can definitely help us achieve some pretty sizable reversal trades, or even if it's continuation trades, we can make some money off of that. So thank you guys. I appreciate you tapping your screens. All right. So yesterday on Friday or on Sunday, I did go through a couple of earnings. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on those, but I do want to briefly brush over each one of them. AAL has a lot of consolidation and empty space underneath it. Going into earnings, this is one that made the watch list. We're going to dive deeper into that one this week. Fast is one that we're already watching, already have a position on, has empty space under above it. Looking at a target of 44.77, maybe into the 46s a couple of days after. DHI was also one that I was curious about, having all that empty space underneath it, but it is in a couple weeks, so uh, or a couple of days, so we have to be careful about that one. Abbott Laboratories is another one that just has a record amount of consolidation on both sides. You've got the 123, the 123, and the weekly candle starting to look really bearish. So looking at a potential earnings trade on this one down to 116. ABT, Abbott, or excuse me, that's the one that I just did. Knee. This one, again, a lot of these I'm just mentioning so you guys can put them on your watch list. Not all of them I'm planning on taking myself, but they did make the watch list for potential breakout or solid moves. 83.80 on NEE looks like a punch back into all-time highs. Keep your eyes peeled on that one with a $75 target underneath. GM also had has a going into earnings with a lot of empty space underneath it, and some consolidation sideways. Again, this one just looks like it's a little heavy, having broken out and dropped back into it. So this could actually be a trade setting up that you could just take on your own without earnings underneath 79.88. Thank you guys. Thank you for tapping your screens. TXN also has earnings and a decent little setup here. Not so super convinced on this one that I want to take it, but it does have lots of empty space up there, and that's a main ingredient in my secret sauce. But anyway, so that one's decent. Tesla is on the watch list, but it's not because it has a good setup. It's just because it looks fucking heavy as shit. It's, you know, you broke out, you returned back underneath, you bounced, you found no buyers. So it may be something that I would like to, well, it's actually something that I would like to see develop a little bit more. In fact, if I really want to go short on it, I'd like it to go up and hit 465. So decent little setup on that one. Starbucks actually looks pretty good going into earnings with empty space all the way into that one. 110 could be the target here. Longer expiration contracts have got to be utilized, seeing that we got 102 as a stopping point there as well. We'll go over those more as we near the earnings. Las Vegas Sands has empty space underneath it to 55, which that's where the majority of the volume is. But yeah, actually, I think I wasn't really happy with this one on the weekly. I think I forgot to scratch that one out. So IBM is another one that I thought was really interesting going into earnings. It just has the consolidation and it does move consistently. So while it doesn't necessarily have empty space, it does make up for that in solid earnings movements and consolidation in between. So I'm actually looking at taking a IBM position going into earnings. So, all right. So that's all the fucking why do I say curse words? All the earnings shit that I have for you guys. There's a couple positions that we are watching going into this week that we might still be carrying on to. KMX is one of those as it nears and goes into empty space. Any negative price action in the market could cause this to gap down, and we could see building happening in here. So beware of that. But again, as long as we can stay above that 47.23, we're still in a good place. SoFi is a little speculative shorter that I grabbed after it fell underneath the 27.50s. It's sitting at the floor. We should be gapping down to 25.18 if we follow the market. But if that does happen, that's a gap down to support, and we're probably going to bounce. So just make sure you have the right expiration to deal with that. I gotta go over Elf just because I know a lot of you guys are in this one with me. This week's target's gonna be around 94 if we can maintain those highs. Again, the channel that we were sitting in, that we've talked about a couple of times. This is we're in it, so it'd be nice to see it break. And it is lower time frame structure that we can rely on in order to make a bag on this one. You can see right there. So definitely got to hold 88.23 to make this happen. So thank you guys for all tapping your damn screen. I appreciate it a whole bunch. Since we're banned, you guys can get the music. Elf Beauty is the ticker we're looking at right now. All right. Cool. You're welcome. All right. I want to talk about Lulu and Pinterest. So Pinterest, if you guys did hedge yourselves or got out of your trade and held on to those hedges, everything is actually going according to the other plan. Now, it does still have a chance to bounce. However, if we're bearish, we won't leave 2634. Um, but we also have to look at the target down below at 2475. So I'm not shy. And again, this one did not work out or is not working out at the moment as it pulls back. But I am telling you this now. One of the main things that I look for in taking tickers back up is how it falls. And it is falling fast. And so if we do end up punching down and reaching into the 25s, market willing, I will try to take this for a bounce potentially as well. So again, we're not hiding or running from the losses or the things that aren't working. We do have a lot of things that do work quite well, like Celsius and CRWV. By the way, if you are in CRWV or Celsius Holdings, those are also, which I am unfortunately out of CRWV, but I did accomplish my goal, made over 1,500% on the runners. So pretty happy about that one. All right, if you have anything you would like for me to take a look at going into this week, our short week, please have me, or please have me do at WF stroke time. Okay. Uh, please drop your request if you don't mind, and again, let me know what direction you are looking at said stock before you drop your request, so that way I can help. So, all right, fly up. Better than fly down, right? That's okay. You can block me if you want after that. That's on me. Uh, this is new. Doesn't have a lot of price history. Not familiar with its game, but it does have empty space above it. It is trying to leave 33.76. Any retest would likely occur right around 31.70. But other than that, man, you're on your way. It's got a little imbalanced structure at 36.80, but that's about it. So, hood. What was my CRWV entry? Hold on. Uh, I'll tell you exactly where my entry was. In Thai trades, it depends on what where your entry is, or what the play is that you're looking to accomplish. I bought CRWV on the 9th, January 9th, at 356. Or was it 256? I think it's 256. I bought CRWV. So the 9th is yeah, right there, Friday. So Friday towards the end of the day, right there. Green candle close outside of the box. And then obviously this trade setup was to take it to 90 and then up to my second target. So, all right, let's see here. How do you decide how far out to take a contract on CRWV? That's a great question. We answered that a lot in the workshop as well, but that is determined by resistances ahead. So if I take it inside of the box before an official break, I have to add a week per major resistance in front of me. This was the majorist resistance, including the imbalance. So had to add time for that. But typically by resistance is how I figure that out, or even by time frame resistance. So if it's a weekly time frame with a big box in front of it, I know I'm probably going to have to add 2 weeks. So, all right, let's see here. Hood to the upside. Oof, man. So this one actually ended up. I took it early, and I got reminded why I don't take early entries because I mean that's a real thing. But with that being said, Robinhood is not bullish in my opinion at the moment. You are running into older structure, but as of right now, I really could see Robinhood heading. Yeah, so I could see Robin Hood heading to the floor at 104. So Robin Hood right now doesn't achieve any sort of bullishness until an hourly setup fires, which starts with a reclaim of the floor at 110. It also by a lower time frame punchback through 112.50, and that would give you play up to 116. But as of right now, the best I can offer is a move up here, and then likely something like that. So so you took $90 strikes for CRWV. Got to sorry for all the questions, but 1,500% gains. I gotta ask, listen. I think one thing that irritates me the most is when I listen. I mean this as a genuine human being, and I'm not saying this because I want to. Most of you guys have already bought something from me, so the more you ask questions, the better my streams are. The more that people learn, the more that I have an opportunity to explain something perhaps in a different perspective or to a different person in a way that they understand, which means that somebody else will. So please do not ever apologize on my stream. That's a rule now. No apologizing for questions, okay? I don't care if you want to know what socks you need to wear that day. As long as I can figure out that decision on the chart, drop it, all right? So I'm telling you that even if it's a beginner question, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Ask me. I wanna know it. But also thank you, Spanish Rice, for giving me the opportunity to say that. Um, to answer your question, I had $100 strikes actually and 90 strikes. So I took both of them. Um, the 100 strikes had an extra week of expiration on them, but the closer strikes did not. So those were what I call like stacked positions where I have a longer expiration for the majority of the empty space, and I'll have a shorter expiration. And the goal was on that CRWV trade was to take the trade from where we took it to 90, and then be able to trim those contracts off while they were in profit and let the runners run. So set it up that way. Maybe I'll open my mic tomorrow. What's your fucking I don't even know who you are in the Discord, if I'm being 1,000% honest with you, dude. I don't know. All right. Keep dropping your requests, guys. The more requests, the better. Share the live, like the live. Appreciate you. Jameson, you wanted to get on live? You sent a guest request on TikTok. Did you have a question or something you want me to answer? All right. Keep dropping your requests, guys. I'm making my way through it. Apple down. So obviously with the S&P dropping, I actually, yeah, it it is. There is empty space. I actually would not be surprised if tomorrow we saw a move possibly down into this structure, which could give you a 250 or 250 150 target to the downside. So, no, you didn't miss anything. No, I mean, if anybody ever has questions and wants to come up on live, you're more than welcome. All right, so ESCT. All right, ESPC, Elastic NV. Oh my god! Oh my god, dude, what the fuck? Uppies? You gotta be one of those dudes that ties himself up, man. You gotta be. I bet you put a belt. I bet you be choking yourself out sometimes, huh? Just to feel something. But the floor is right here at 72.80. That has to happen. Otherwise, I mean, this makes my job easy in some ways because it's just like you got to punch back up above that. How did I know? I bet you got a belt around your neck right now, Chief. Sorry, YouTube's like, what the fuck is going on here? My 621 Q calls are dead. So, Grand, what, why did you take that one? I can't figure out why the market, which way the market is going to go. I feel like the gap down on the down is a trap to finally break highs. I can't figure out which way the market is going to go. You don't have to. So can I just maybe offer that, right? Is you don't have to. You react because you know that the market is mechanical, right? So we're going to assume that Qs are likely going to be around 615. Is that a major floor? Yes. If it's below it, are we going to be looking lower? Yes. When it finds that floor, right? How we fell is going to determine where that reversal is likely going to happen. So, one thing I want you to focus on is the fact that you said, I feel, right? Why do you feel that way? Is it based in the chart? Do you feel like this is the catalyst to break into all-time highs? And if you do, you might have a point, right? Now, I would argue, hey, you know, if we're underneath our floor here at 688, then I would say retest. Um, but I guess again, I would just reiterate that it's all going to be determined by where we open. So let's look at it from ES perspective, right? We're already being told, are we not? We're already being told where this reversal likely occurs. So we have an open underneath the wick. We have an open underneath 6940. So where does a reversal happen to go and break into all-time highs? Market always seems to be like a trap. Don't think that way. It's not. Sometimes there are like I don't trade in range because that's a trap, right? And I skirt around it. But something like this, man, um we don't have to feel it out, right? We can trade it out. We can focus on price and react to that. And I think if we do that, then we will not have any issues making that determination on whether or not the market is going to go up or down. So for now, right, until we get back up above 69.19 or outside of 69.22, yeah, that's it. All right. Well, we'll see. I mean, the breakouts, yes. I think the fact that not a so one of the things that you'll a lot of the times you'll see when we go into new highs is a gap and go. That is oftentimes, look right here, gap, go, stop. Even here, you gap up. So gapping up puts sellers in a bad position, right? Gapping down gives them the ball in their court depending on where price is opening. If it's opening up at a floor, well, buyers have it, but overall, sellers are still in charge as long as they can keep price from retracing to the floor or getting back up above something. So, yeah, like, share, repost alive, even though we're already getting fucking banned. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. What it is. All right, USAR. Keep dropping your requests on TikTok. Those go away pretty quickly. Yeah, I've already said this before. USAR is one of those setups that, it might end up going overnight or something quickly that's hard to catch. But ultimately, it's going to be outside of 17 or 1975 where this thing can really get to going and go and fill a gap at 2384. But as far as consolidation is concerned, you got that. But you could look at this the same way you look at Pinterest, right? Just because it's there doesn't mean it gets its break. So it's underneath 1620 that you would retrace. Ban on YouTube or the Zionist app? On the Zio app, dude. Israel is okay. Israel is not bad. There. Now they're happy. Now I have a pass. Oh no. thoughts on Korean stocks? It's gonna go crazy for a week. We'll drop the stock or the ticker, and we'll take a look. Yeah, I might start streaming on other places too, but all right. Keep redrop your request if you've already dropped them. Drop them again. So Google puts Catherine. I would imagine you're going to be dealing with a gap down, just like everything else in tech. That level would probably be around 322. So you might have to deal with a bounce before you get that break. But ultimately, for me on the 24-hour, it is underneath that 323, 322 area that I would be looking short. Now, as far as opportunity is concerned in the most recent, or yeah, the most recent price action, this is your punch down. So if we make it 314 underneath 311, with market, movement down strong. We've got the 299 area to retest first, then obviously just that floor. So yeah, you guys are almost at 30K, y'all. Appreciate it. Why do you flirt with getting banned? You seem pretty straight up. Why do why do I get banned? Or why do I flirt with getting banned? Or I get banned because I say what I think. It's the same thing that's happened throughout all of history, you know. Gotta gotta shut up the thinking people. Whoa, man, did I just take a sip of espresso tonic at 7:45? No. Stop it. You know what? That's right. I got something to counteract. All right, what else do we got? We got Google, we got SMCI up. I will say Google's just not as clean. Oh my God. So listen, because of price action overnight, I would be curious on a $32 retest. Listen, the honestly, one of the best things that could happen to this thing is a small gap down. So watch for that gap down to be here. Now, if it loses that floor, obviously that's probably no good as you have a box that you've punched through, so you'll retest cost basis. But otherwise, the target still remains at $34 going into this week. So SMCI, Google, how's Baba? Why would there be anybody hating on quiet quality content? Same thing, man. It'd be like if I had a cookie company and you have a cookie company, but one day on live, I see artificial flavoring bottles in the back real quick. You know what I'm saying? But you market as organic cookies with no artificial flavoring. Like, should I shut up? Like, what should I do in that situation? I know some people will be like, it's not my problem, but I cannot help myself. I've told my therapist this. Is Baba okay? I mean, this isn't okay to me, but you are retesting. With pub or with relations being as tense as they are right now, I think the best case scenario is you stay in this range. So, what's for dinner? I had burritos. I wanted breakfast burritos really bad, so I made them. Oh, we were supposed to get snow today. I had mostly rain with like 12 snowflakes. I didn't get a single snowflake out here. I'm on the coast, bro. Okay, what do we got next? Keep dropping them. IBRX. I cannot help you on this one, I don't think. Yeah, this is one of those squeeze stocks, so it just goes through random liquidation events. Uh, but for this one, perhaps 680, 686, maybe 780 if you're lucky. But that's about as far as I can really offer on that. It goes through these processes a lot, hits the resistance, and stops there. So AST. I hope this company dies. Again, I know that's not chart related, but I hope that the dudes who started this go bankrupt and they get what they deserve. Um, see, that's why I get banned. That's why I get banned. Those guys were trying to teach other people how to get rich. Totally get it. And they got caught faking that their Airbnb was one of their Airbnbs when the dude who rented it to them made a video about it. And then their whole story unraveled. And then they got quiet. And then they started a social media company instead of doing social media. But I actually got banned because I called them out once. It was interesting. Drive isn't bullish until 124 though. Wow, they put ads in lives. Yeah, unfortunately on TikTok, I meant to turn it off. I'm gonna be honest with you, but let's see what else do we have. KOSPI, which is a Korean. Yeah, but how do we trade this, dude? I don't think it's listed on. Yeah, I don't think it's listed. I mean, obviously Korea seems to be doing pretty well here. Um, but yeah, no, I how would we trade this? I wish it had. Does it have an ETF in America? AMSC. Fuck. Damn. Um. Rod, I don't think it's that, man. I mean, it is what it is, guys. Okay. Earnings is soon. How does it move on earnings? Is really what I want to know. Over 35. Let's see. Earnings. Big fuck off. Big dump. I mean, listen, the base is nice. The fact that you dipped into this and then you're just sitting with a box, obviously you're looking outside of 3340 and I see the first target being 38, but naturally, I mean, so this is one of those scenarios where, it does need to show that buyers are present, and if it can outside of 3390, it actually does look really really good. I think it's as simple as setting an alert, and hopefully it follows in suit. So I mean, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I see that. All right, hold on one second. Appeal not approved. ridiculous, dude. Oh, well, that sucks. All right. I was writing that down. Yeah, it might be a earnings only. I'll check that one out for sure. All right, KMI. Let's keep moving. Oh my god, yeah, dude, what the fuck? It, my god. There's a gap up there. It's got a great weekly candle. That's gonna go up. It looks like it's got a target of 2850, 24 hours. 24 hours obviously not as convincing, but you are looking for a break over 2827. So that's oof. That one's rough, dude. I don't think it's Chad, man. That dude's fucking beat up. Amazon, uh I would assume a gap down to 233 is yeah, that's the most that's the clearest target. We're gonna have to recap on this in the morning, but I would suspect that's where you're if you open up underneath it, then you definitely could see continuation down. But yeah, I would say maybe 229.90, but all right, go ahead. If I missed your request, please drop your request again one last time. Marvel upside. Oh, nah, man. I don't know if I can see that one going up. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but so really those are just I mean, you're underneath anything that would give you any sort of bullishness. You're sitting at the floor, so perhaps that might be a plus, but dude, where is the empty space unless you're looking down into 68? If you're looking down to 68, then right now your target is 70 76 78 under 79 60. Um that would be my first target. I mean, with the the three overhead taps, I mean, that one it's got a lot of overhead pressure, man. I mean, the rejection off of this is looks the same as it did with Tesla, so damn, dude. All right, TikTok. I'm gonna do this one more time, or you guys can go to the tube. But I'm gonna restart this one more time. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. Kept getting multiple warnings. Just trying to figure out what the fuck that was about. What else do we have? Cisco. I'm gonna have to do some more charting, man. The watch list is looking thin. ETFs have been nice, but yeah, I suppose not. Which way are we looking at this one? Up. So first of all, the first goal of for Cisco is to clearly reclaim the floor, which it has not done. So over the wicks of 7610, you could look up into that 7750, and that's where yes, you could look for a punchback. It does have earnings pretty close, but if it ends up not being able to grab that floor, you could look at this being a range potential here. Would you ever make the tube my main stream? Probably not because of the delay. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I'm trying to stream every day on here. You know what I mean? I have to go and buy another camera though. I have to have like I'm about to buy like four cameras and just have like different angles. Pause. All right. Anyway, what else do we have? Netflix down. It's got earnings coming up pretty quickly, and yes, it is hard to see it going anywhere other than A 85.50 and B 82. But beware, there is a gap down possibly coming on this one with the market. So fast is something that we're already long on for sure. So USPT Upstart that does look good. Damn, Philo, you got another one. Um, yeah, that does look good. Obviously, a candle close green and outside of 51 would put this into that category. So, I mean, start setting your alerts now. I would even just go here to the fucking hourly, bro. Right? Take this box, throw that shit away. We already know what time it is. Box here, and just go ahead and set that alert. So when it enters the box, regular tube, man. Tap your screens. Ha! You guys are funny. That one's making it very, very clear where the continuation happens. Positives here are you're clearly above this mark. Negatives are for is you've rejected off of 1131. So clearly, right, the story is being made very clear here. Not yet. So keep that one on the radar for a candle close outside of 1110. Ors. Yeah, funny you should actually mention this one because I told people I would likely trade this one with them, and I missed it, but it did break out, and it actually funny. I haven't even looked at it since then, but it's right at my target floor here. Went through that empty space just like it ought to, built and broke. So now you're dealing with this large 4 hour range, 2 hour range. So recovering the floor, which is going to be really 1937 or 1940 right there. That's really where I'd like to see the next target of 2025. So, all right. Aspen Creek Construction. Yeah, I got some Q puts and IWM puts. I did hedge them lightly, but I couldn't not. Yeah, dude, Pinterest is something that we're watching here. Most recent price action has a box right there, basically sitting on that cost basis there. So if we can bounce and get outside of 2615, that could start sending us in the right direction. But it's ultimately going to be I mean, and this is we have the setup to do it. All of this is going to be the reason why we take it back up, but it is very possible with the gap down we're going to receive to see Pinterest moving into this area for a possible floor bounce where I'll try it again. So overnight trading has been open. It's Monday. The futures have been open all day, dude. If I'm not mistaken, I looked. Yeah, people have been trading this shit all day. There it is. There's the band. Hold on. You fucker. Hold on a second, guys. Apple user. Who are you in the Discord, if you don't mind me asking? Apple user 366377. Okay. Smitty? Okay. Bonfire Coin Community? I don't know who that is. I'm just checking. Just trying to check and see who's all in here. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see here. NQ though. Yeah, I'm gonna be. It's gonna be a bummer though if this shit reverses overnight. So okay. WSP. Or are you saying what's up? What are you looking at? Yeah, that's definitely not what you're asking. All right, folks. Fast is something we're already in, man. Yeah, we're in that one. So appeal not approved. Uh, New profile. It would be funny though if somebody was reporting me because it's like I am helping people, and because I hurt their feelings, they just that's sad. But other than that, no, that's not John. Who knows what that is? All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. Hopefully, things clear up a little bit more, and I think IWM and Spy and the Qs probably open up a pretty decent trade for us. But let's see where we open up tomorrow. We'll see you guys. I might be a little bit early tomorrow um, on TikTok, like 8 o'clock. So try to be up. Yeah, if I put an Israeli flag in my background, I probably wouldn't fucking have a problem. I should try it out. I just don't want people getting the wrong idea. All right, guys. Peace out. Nah, it's all right. Yeah, dude, it sucks, man, but that's 5 a.m. for me. Ella Marie or Ella Marie graduation. You're welcome, no problem. SEC Pitter, FCN. This one consulting firm. It's like 189.50, but interesting little setup on that. But also traded by fucking robots. All right. Well, I'll see you guys in the morning. All right. Take care. I'll see you guys then.